it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to another crafty video. This is my submission for Amanda at Rise and Procrastinate's 500 subscribers celebration hop. Congratulations, Amanda, on 500 subscribers. We are doing a fancy fold card hop, and all of the participants are listed below in the more information section. Please hop along. There are going to be giveaways, including a $25 Simon Says gift card and more. My card today is the fancy fold mini note card that you see here. That's my sample, and the dimensions are written on that, so we'll go over those in a minute. We're also going to use two stamp sets from Kindred Stamps. One is called Bubble Bath Day, and the other one is called Mine Workers. So now I have stamped out all the images, colored them, and die cut them, with the exception of the sentiments, so that's what we're going to work on now. We're going to take two of the three pieces that we cut out at 2.5-inch squares. So you're eventually going to cut out three 2.5-inch squares, but we're only going to stamp on two of them, as well as the sentiment strip that is 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4. You only need one of those. Then I place down the sentiments and the characters just to hold as placeholders, just to see where the sentiment should go. Put them in my MISTI, and I'm going to run my fingers over them to get any of the film off from the factory because I haven't stamped these yet. Then I'm going to use my favorite things, Sweet Tooth pigment ink, to ink these stamps up. Now be careful when you do this. Don't put too much pressure while you are inking them up or while you're stamping them, because you won't get a nice clean, crisp image if you do that. So be really gentle and just walk your fingers over them. Don't press it like you would for a hybrid or a dye ink. So pigment ink takes a long time to dry, so that's why I stamped these first. And I'm going to put them to the side to let them dry. And as you'll see later on, they did not dry quick enough for me. So there's the It's Your Birthday, Don't Be a Grump sentiment. Now I'm going to clean it up and put everything to the side, and we're going to work on the card base. So the pieces of designer paper that you're going to need are two pieces of 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, two pieces of 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then one piece of 4 by 5 1/4. The black cardstock is 9 1/4 by 5 1/2, and what you want to do is take your piece, put it in your scoring tool or your scoreboard, and score at 1.5 inches on the one side. Then flip your paper over so that 1.5-inch score mark is down towards the 9-inch mark, and you're going to also score at 3.5. So you're going to have a 3.5-inch score mark and then a 1.5-inch score mark from the other end. The designer paper is 1/4 of an inch smaller than all of your pieces, so you should be able to figure them out. It took me a second there. I was doing the wrong, getting ready to put it on the wrong part till I realized that was not the correct dimensions. So there's the card base all done. That was really easy, just gluing that down. We can put that off to the side, and now we're going to work on the mini note card. So you're going to need three pieces of designer paper, which are square at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. You're going to glue them down to the front, and then this is where that additional 2.5-inch square black cardstock is coming in, because we are going to glue down one of the characters and 3 of the gems to the one side, and then on the opposite side of it, it's going to have the sentiment, You're a Gem. So I'm just using my favorite things On Point precision glue to glue these three pieces down. Eventually, I am going to use my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen as well as Nuvo Crystal Drops in clear to go over those pieces to give them a little bit of a shine, because I felt like they didn't stand out enough when the card was finished. You'll see pictures at the end of the video with everything when that's done, because I didn't want to do that on camera and wait for it to dry. So I'm just gluing those pieces down, and then we will get ready to glue it to the inside of the card. I'm just trying to figure out which side I want that to go on. We're actually going to glue the card down first. So I'm taking my ATG and putting 2 small strips of glue down to the side. You only want the glue to be enough to just hold it down to that little piece. You want to make sure that the back doesn't have anything on there, because you don't want to glue the card shut. So now that I have that piece in the note card in place, I'm going to use my ATG and glue that down to the left side of the note card. And then we're going to get ready to see where we're going to place these guys. So the two that I am holding for the inside of the card and the front of the card, I put those to the side so that I don't lose them. I accidentally lost one of the guys. He was underneath another one because I kept counting 6 instead of 7. So we had to stop for a minute and find them. So I'm just laying everything out. And then I'm going to use my MFT On Point Precision Glue to glue all of these guys into place. And there's plenty of room to write a sentiment. The background is not that busy, so you're going to be able to use a black pen and people are still going to be able to see it. Usually I would put a little like a mat in there, but you're really going to be able to see a black pen on there, so it's fine. So I'm just going to get ready to, I was trying to figure out how to do this because I kept touching things and it was not dry. I had to hit it with my heat tool. So while I was waiting for it to dry, I'm taking my bone folder and going over the creases again because this is such thick cardstock. It was hard to keep the card closed, and it's not really going to close all the way, which I'm fine with, but I just wanted to get clean, crisper lines and hopefully try to get the card to stay as closed as much as possible. So now I am gluing the character down to the front piece, and then I'm going to try to hit it with the heat tool again because, again, I am super impatient. This is why I don't use pigment ink, and I'm gluing it down with my precision glue because that way I don't have to use the ATG and actually have it turned over and get a risk of smudging. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the sentiment for the inside, that you are a gem, and then I'm going to glue the birthday piece down into the center. And that's the fancy fold card. It was very easy to do. It looks like it took a really, really long time. And if you count the coloring, it did. But I think it's very easy to put together once you know what you're doing. And there I go. I'm taking that Spectrum Noir sparkle pen and just adding some glitter and shine to the gems because I think it gives them a little bit extra, something extra. And then I also add the Nouveau crystal drops to them on top of it. I will take pictures after I'm done recording this and put them at the end because the Nouveau drops are still drying as we speak. But I want to get some good shots of this card because I think this was a lot of fun. So thank you, Amanda. This was a great hop. This is a great idea, this fancy fold cards. You will see more of these. I actually did some research and I have a bunch of other fancy fold cards that I want to show you guys. So there will be more videos coming about card folds that are different than just a regular Z fold or ones that you're used to seeing. I hope that you guys liked this video and enjoy the rest of the hop. I hope that you meet a lot of new creators and see a lot of great ideas. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. And I will see you guys again real soon in the next video. Bye!